It usually starts with a bad idea, like the idea to go out and mow the front yard barefoot. The idea not to remove a piece of jewelry. Or the idea to disable protective equipment. What starts out as a bad idea can lead to a loss of a part of yourself from an amputation injury. Few injuries are more devastating, both for victim and bystander, than injuries involving amputations. That devastation can be minimized with prompt and effective first aid before transport to the hospital. But the type of first aid depends in part on the type of the amputation. As its name implies, a partial amputation is when part, but not all, of a person's limb is severed. Massive tissue damage can cause these wounds to bleed profusely. Direct pressure is the best way to control that bleeding, but it must be very carefully applied to avoid damaging still connected tissue or, worse yet, completing the amputation. When a ring is forcefully pulled off of a finger, it can result in what is known as degloving, a dainty word for a very gruesome injury. In a degloving, the skin is pulled off of the body part while leaving underlying muscles and bones intact. This type of amputation should be bandaged with a clean dressing and then moistened with sterile saline or clean water. A complete amputation is when a body part has been entirely severed. It may sound strange, but most complete amputations don't bleed very much. That's because cleanly severed blood vessels tend to draw back into the stump and spasm shut. What bleeding there is can usually be controlled by direct pressure. A new technique called micro-reconstructive surgery now makes it possible to reattach severed body parts. To maximize the odds for reattachment, the severed part should be wrapped in a clean dressing and sealed in a plastic bag. That bag should then be sealed in a second plastic bag with ice and taken to the hospital with the victim. Quick and effective first aid, plus advanced medical care, can save the life or limb of an amputation victim. Partial amputations can be reconstructed using the still connected arteries and nerves. Degloving injuries can be repaired with skin grafts and physical therapy. Complete amputations can be reattached using modern microsurgical techniques. The very best cure for amputations is to keep them from occurring in the first place. That can only be done by taking safety seriously, by replacing bad old habits with safer new ones. Safe habits that will help strike out the risk of amputation injuries. This is Claude Akins reminding you that safety is your job too.